What's up? All right. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about um, the mean, median, and mode, and when to use or how to tell what the best which one is the best to use. Okay. Now in yesterday's assignment, all I wanted you to do is just tell me what you thought. Okay, and you're not going to get marked right or wrong if you said like I think we should use the meme, and it's like wrong. You should use the mode. How dare you? I just want to know what you thought. All right, it's because it's interesting to me, and I wanted to kind of see your thought process. If you actually put some thought in, I wanted you to think about it really. If you just guessed, well, then it was a complete waste of time, and you'll never get it back. So, couple of things. As I said in the last video, the main thing you want to look at is are there outliers? Now, an outlier, remember, if you have like a cluster of data and then you have like one piece of data that's like much higher or much lower than the rest of the data, that can throw things off. All right. But really, the best way to tell which one to use it's really just it's kind of a matter of common sense. You just kind of need to think about it and just realize like, is this a good representation of the data? All right. Is it useful? Now, so I made this list here. Okay, this is the ages of people in a sixth grade classroom. So if you were to walk into a sixth grade classroom and find and like just take the ages of every person in that room, you would notice, okay, we got 11, 11, 12, 11, 13, 12, 11, 12, 11, 13, 11, 12, 12, 13, 11, 12, 13, and 43. Already some of you are noticing something. So you've got like all these students, most of which are like 11 or 12, a couple are 13, okay? But then you have one person that's 43 years old. Now that's hopeful. I hope that's the teacher. If that's not the teacher, then I don't know what kind of classroom we're dealing with here. Okay. Now, if we take the mean, if we take the average age of all the people in this class, we get 13 and a half. Now, that's when you have to ask yourself, is that actually helpful? If I were to ask you like, hey, what's the average age of the people in the sixth grade classroom? And you said 13.5, when the vast majority of the class is under the age of 13. Like seriously, we have I think like 18 people here, 18 or 19 people here, okay, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Only 5 of them are 13 and older. All right, that's like 75%, almost 75% of the class is under the age is below average on age. So you see how that like doesn't really make sense? That wouldn't be very helpful. It's because we have this one outlier here. Okay, this 43-year-old sixth grade teacher. That's why. All right. So you see that anomaly. You see like, okay, it doesn't really help. Now, something that would make a lot more sense, something that's going to be a lot more helpful, probably would be the median or the mode. Okay. So let's just take the mode really quick. We know we have one 43-year-old. We have 4 13-year-olds. We have 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6 12-year-olds and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 11-year-olds. 7, 11. So the mode is going to be the most frequently occurring number here is going to be 11. All right. And if we were to put all of these in order from 11 to 43, the one in the middle, I'll just tell you, is going to be 12. Okay. Now, hopefully you can see just by thinking about it a little bit, just by doing a little bit of critical thinking, that a much more the data set that's going to be much more representative or the number that's going to be much more representative of this data set is going to be the median or the mode by far, right? Because if you take out this outlier, the mean is going to be around 12. Okay. That if it's just the students, then it's going to be like the mean is not going to be over 13 because no one else in that room is over 13 years old. So if right here, like the median age is probably going to be the most relevant because that's a much more middle number. Median, middle. It's medium. It's kind of in the middle. Does that make sense? So if you were going to try to guess the age of somebody in sixth grade, you wouldn't want to guess based on the average. You wouldn't want to say, you're 13 and a half years old, because you're probably going to be wrong. All right. Statistically speaking, based on all these numbers here, you would most likely be wrong. You might get lucky and pick one of the 4 students or 5 people that is 13, and hey, maybe they're not even 13 and a half. Chances are they probably, if they are 13, they probably just turned 13. But yeah, if you're trying to guess someone's age and they're in sixth grade, much better to go off of either the median or the mode. Now, sometimes this isn't going to matter. Okay, like if let's say we remove this teacher from the class, he steps out, and the average age is going to go right down. Okay, it's gonna be around 12. In that case, it'll be like 12 with some decimals. If your mean and your median, or your mean and your mode, if they're within 1, like if it's like, the mean is 12.5 and the mode is 12, it's really not going to make a difference. Okay, if all those numbers are relatively close to each other, like within 1 whole value of each other, it's not going to make a difference which one you use. So on today's assignment, when I'm going to ask you which is more relevant, if they're close together, then don't even worry. Don't fret. All right, do not even worry about it. Just say it doesn't matter. They're close enough. Okay, but be on the lookout because some of them it definitely will matter. So just to sum up, in fact, so step 1, I'll number this out. Step 1, check for outliers. All right. And then step 2, does the mean represent the data? So like here, when we had the teacher, was the mean a fair representation? No, because it was a very small percentage of the people in the room were actually around the average. Does the mean represent it? Yes. Does the mode represent it? Yes. Okay. So that's what really the 2 questions you're going to ask. Are there any outliers? And then does the mean represent the data? If not, use either the median or the mode. And then or actually it should really be just which one represents the data the best. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget, quiz tomorrow, just like every Thursday. Keep up the good work. Bye.